Can we say thank God for no more 31 Days of Horror?
Yes.
Never again. Next year we're
I
not
told
doing
you.
that. Yeah, cállate.
Okay, here you go. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Benji and Anthony here, and welcome to the bar for our featured review of
Arrival. It just came out. It just arrived actually this weekend. It's directed by Denis Villeneuve, and you know him from Sicario and Prisoners.
Yeah, we actually did a Prisoners review, so if you guys want to check that out, click on the link above, and you guys can be able to go check that out. All right, guys, let's get into it. So first off, we are not going to spoil this movie. This movie, you need to go in kind of with like a blank mind of what this movie is about. Both of us actually agree you do need to watch this movie. If you have time this weekend, this week, anytime, we do recommend going to watch it because this movie was really good.
Excellent film.
This starts off with a linguistic coming in, played by Amy Adams. Her name was Dr. Louise Banks. She comes in and she's actually taken away by Colonel Weber, Forrest Whitaker, sorry about that, because these aliens actually came down and landed in 12 different spots. We don't know why they're here. We don't know anything about them, but they picked her because they want to try to communicate with her. And that's kind of where everything starts off. And it's pretty... This movie was a little bit different.
Very different.
Yeah, like it. I went in expecting one thing and came out completely mind changed with that. It was a little bit a slow pace, but I feel like that was good. It was good slow pace.
I wasn't expecting the slow pace.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I kind of was. One golden rule that I follow is I don't really look at trailers. I watch one maybe, and it's because I'd rather go in not knowing what a movie's about. It gives me more of a thought about really focusing.
Going in with a fresh mind.
Exactly. And, really not knowing, especially nowadays, trailers are pretty much the movie. I think for Avengers at one point, if they clipped them all together, it was like 30 minutes of the movie. So that's something where I don't like that. And going in fresh mind, really just watching a little bit of this really brought a different aspect to me. The slow pace of it didn't feel like it wasn't needed. I feel like every second of this movie was needed. You needed to find out her story. You needed to find out about the aliens. You needed to find out what she was doing in the spaceship, because she also met with Ian Downley, which is played by Jeremy Renner.
Right.
He was a scientist in the movie and she was in linguistics, so they kind of butted heads because one believes languages is the beginning, the other one believes science. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty cool. I love this movie. This movie was different. It wasn't this Independence Day type of movie. This is more of a thinking movie. This is more of a why are things happening, how we could figure out without active war, which that was one of the big things that all 12, like all the nations, had to come together,
right,
and really figure out what's going on and why they are here.
I really, I actually went in thinking this was going to be War of the Worlds or something. And so I'm a big science fiction fan. I love robots and monsters and all that. And so I thought, oh my God, I can't wait. The last Independence Day was a horrible remake. Remember that?
I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, I went to see it.
Will Smith wasn't in it.
Yeah. So I thought, I was like, oh, here it is. This is the movie that I've been waiting for all summer. And it's coming out, at the end of the year. But actually, it was a completely different film. It's an excellent film. As you know, Mr. Villeneuve does excellent films. But I really enjoyed the way the characters were unfolding. Mainly more Amy Adams.
Yes.
As you can tell, she's an excellent actress. But this movie is pretty much a focus on her life. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was genius. I like the way he did that.
Yeah, they really explained a lot of her backstory, stuff like that. And she did an amazing job. Amy Adams in this one blew my mind of how great and personal you could get with a character.
Subtle things, right?
Exactly.
Become very, very minute things become very big, actually.
The way she interacts with if you've seen the trailer, she interacts with the aliens, the way she interacts with them, the way she cares about her job, what she does is amazing.
She's very passionate.
Exactly. Another character that I really liked, which wasn't really in the film too much, but certain parts was Forrest Whitaker. He did an amazing job as the colonel. He kind of played a sturdy but open-minded of what's going on, especially in a crisis moment like this.
Right.
A lot of times you look at a colonel and you think he's going to be the more hardcore, go guns blazing, but he kind of had an open mind with that, and I really liked that about him, that he had that concept of the film, and I think all the actors did great. Jeremy Renner did have minor parts here and there. He was a little bland, but he is part of the story. He's been part of the main overall story, which later on in the film you will find out.
Right.
But he did feel lackluster. Like, he didn't really have major parts.
Do you think it was his acting, or was the character just not
I think
developed?
it was the character. Yeah, I think it just was the character. You know, every time I saw it, I saw Hawkeye. But
right, I can't get rid of that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I just feel like his character overall wasn't developed because I think they really wanted to focus on Amy Adams, which was a good thing. I don't think it was a bad part, but I did wish she had a little bit more. Some of the other parts that I love about this movie was the cinematography. The way it was shot was beautiful. You know, you saw the scenery with all the smoke.
The smoke coming in.
Every time one of the spaceships landed in different areas, you saw that. That was really cool. Like, you get a wide-angled shots a lot of times, actually. And I really love those shots. I really love wide angles because you could see everything around. And even though it might be a room with nothing around it, you try to find details, little things here and there, the shadows. And I really love that about this movie, that no matter what shot it was shot beautifully across the
crisp and clear.
Exactly.
And, one of the things that I liked was the tension that was built up with the musical notes.
Mm-hmm.
The soundtrack was amazing. The sound editing was excellent, and the horns that they use are very ominous. Mm-hmm. And so, like, you feel like, oh my god, something is about to happen. And you know, as the movie progresses, it's just like the music grabs you. It really holds you in a suspended kind of like frame of mind.
Yeah, it was kind of like deeper tones. Throughout the whole movie, it was deeper tones. And yeah, like, I really like that. You know, when you saw the spaceship and you hear the horns, you hear it in the trailer as well. The horns across the field, you feel like if the spaceship is doing that, but they're not. It's just the soundtrack. And I think it's really cool on that.
A little scene that I really enjoyed, it was something almost like you could blink and you'll miss it, is the scene where Amy Adams is teaching at the college and teenagers start getting text messages and you start hearing different ringtones. I felt that was such a sign of the times, you know? Like, she goes, hey, is anyone going to tell me what's happening? Because all her students started getting text messages.
Yeah, because that's when they come down, they start figuring out all the events, all that stuff that's happening.
They're here, watch out.
Sorry about the noise. But yeah, that's just some things that you kind of see with that. Like, you see how society is, where some people might just be completely blank on it. So
this is the present. This movie deals with the
present time. Yeah, and it's crazy.
And I like that. I like that it showed that.
Yeah, like, Amy Adams, like, didn't, like, her character developed. I don't know if you noticed, but I felt like in the beginning she was kind of like, you know, I'm here to teach, I'm here to do this. And later on, she's open-minded with more stuff, which is weird because as a linguistic, I would think you'd be open-minded to all the languages and stuff like that, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. Like,
and texting is a form of language now, you know?
Exactly. So it was kind of like,
it's like a little detail that the director kind of did, I think, that does it. And to me, it spoke.
One thing that, like, we kind of both agree on, which was the thing, is the slow pacing in certain scenes. I personally feel like the slow pacing throughout the movie was good, but I do see where you come in the sense of there were certain scenes that kind of dragged on a bit, and it was kind of like, why? Like, I don't understand why you're dragging this on so much, kind of thing. There's some characters that, like, you wish you would have gotten more info or why they believed it, you know, when the movie goes on, and then later on that kind of like, oh, why? You're this person, why do you believe that, kind of thing. It's they watch TV a lot, if you know what I'm saying, which is something you need to watch. But yeah, like, besides that, I feel like this movie was great. I feel like this movie, I went in not knowing what it was, and I came in with those questions of, oh my god, I wish I knew what happened. This was such a good film.
And we're being vague because we don't want to spoil it for you. Exactly. It's an excellent third part of the film. You know, the first two are building up to what's going to happen, and then when you get the prize at the end, it's like, wow.
Which, even at the end, if this felt a little like rushed,
the ending was rushed at the end. We all agree on that.
I think it was because of the time of what was happening in that scene overall. That's why it was rushed, which I didn't mind it overall. But yeah, like, it's something where this movie wasn't long. It was something that it's not this action-based alien film that a lot of people were kind of wondering.
You'll go home thinking, and you'll go home pondering, like, wait, was this like that, or this like that? Or,
like, I have like 3 things that could have happened, and I'm still thinking. I'm gonna rewatch this movie when it comes out again.
I feel so.
To go and really analyze it, to really look at everything and kind of come up with a theory, you know, because this was just a good film, and I do recommend going to watch it.
And Hollywood, if you're listening, you need to make more movies like this.
Now that's a proper introduction.
More objects have.
So Ben, I have to give this movie an 8. I would like to go higher, but for me, there was like a gravity scene in the beginning of the film that just took a little too long. And like we said earlier, some of the characters are not really fleshed out as much as I would like. I love Amy Adams. You know, she can do no wrong. She's one of those great actresses that came out and just shows how it's supposed to be done. But yeah, I gave it an 8.
Yeah, I give it a lot higher. This is a great director. Some of his other movies, you know, Prisoner, Sicario, which I haven't even seen Sicario, which is something I need to watch. But I give this a 10 out of 10. This movie to me is what Hollywood should be. I left in with questions that don't really affect me when I come out. Like, it's something where I'm not upset with the questions I have, you know?
Right.
I have something like that. And something that I really feel like movies should have when it's 10 out of 10 is you're supposed to kind of have something related to it. You're supposed to feel the character. You're supposed to feel so passionate about the movie. And I felt very passionate. Some of the sadder scenes made me sad. I really felt pain. I really felt anger. I felt emotion. And that was the really cool part. I felt any kind of turning point really affected me. And that's why I gave it a 10 out of 10. The audio, the scenery, the character development. And yeah, it was a little slow here and there, but nothing to where I wanted to leave. Nothing to where I was like, hurry up and do it. It was like...
You weren't checking your phone.
Exactly. It was something where I was like, hurry up to teach me more.
Yeah,
exactly. Get me more into it.
And I think the next best part.
I think that's why I liked the film and gave it a 10 out of 10. Hey, what's up, guys? Benji and Anthony here. Thank you for joining us at the bar again for our review of Arrival.
Join us this Thursday when we'll be doing a viewer-suggested cult classic. It's called The Last Starfighter. It came out in 1984 and it's directed by Nick Castle, Michael Myers himself. Yeah,
so thank you, Carlos, for that. That was a good suggestion, so we'll get into that later on. Remember, guys, don't forget to comment in the video today, letting us know what you guys thought about the review. And if you have seen the film, let us know what you guys thought, maybe some of the theories that you guys believed of the film.
Don't forget to share this video on social media, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you like to watch your videos on.
Alright, guys, also don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video, a little like, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome videos. Alright, guys, have a good one.